Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome to today's episode of Top Deck, my friends. We are covering a top 50 Jund Adventures deck by our friend Delmo. It's been a while since we've covered one of Andrea Del Moro's decks, and I'm excited to be covering it here today for you. And we got to believe in it because it is good. We've tried wet Gruul, we've tried adding white into Gruul, and now we're adding black. So that's what Delmo's saying here. So we're going to believe, and we're going to give this top 50 deck a swing today. So with that, Planeswalkers, as always, we do have a lot coming your way. I appreciate you tuning in. So feel free to check out the timestamps down below where we are going to talk about the deck list, the strategy, the sideboard, how to guide for best of three, and then we're going to go play some competitive Magic here today for you in both best of one and best of three, my friends. And lastly, we'll close out where this may sit in today's meta. I'm very excited about it nonetheless, like I said. So with that, before I dive into the list, I just want to say thank you. As always, my friends, I appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there and additionally like the video. If you do have questions or comments throughout, please let me know down below, or you can absolutely hop into our Discord server, my friends. So, all right, so we got a top 50 Jund Adventures deck. So Jund's the red, the green, and the black colors from the Magic Pinwheel here. And what we got going on is the key mechanic again here being adventures. So we get draws off our Edgewell Innkeeper, and then the majority of the things in the deck. Now here's a big one that we picked up, Order of Midnight, from black, which is big, and then also the direct kills, which is big, and then obviously we can fit in Valky here, aka Tybalt, which is a big pickup for this deck as well. So those are some big key call outs here that I just wanted to mention. Obviously everyone else is familiar with the typical adventure mechanics here, or if you're not, they have two abilities. One, usually an adventure ability that's either a sorcery spell or an instant speed spell, and then also generally a creature body as well. We add in here also a Pulachronos, the ability to play from our graveyards big, and then also these questing beasts. The other pickup that we get still is Goldspan Dragon here from Kaldheim. So very nice utility here in the early game. We get a lot of ability draw engines, and then obviously at the top end. And then what's nice is we get this ability to pull back with Order of Midnight, and then also this ability to kill with Heartless Act. So those are some big pickups here for our Jund deck. Very excited about that here today. So that, in terms of the strategy and objective, that's at a high level of what we're doing, but it's really kind of this mid-rangey game here, like the majority of these decks, my friends. So quickly, as we move into the sideboard here, just want to do a quick once over, and we do gain a lot of mobility here with our deck from the sideboard, primarily from the black color source for the Jund piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this in terms of an aggro, mid-range, and a late game lineup. So in terms of the aggro, these are going to be decks like Mono Red Snow. These could be decks like the equipment decks, the Boros equipment decks. Could also be a Boros Knights deck. It could be a Boros deck in general, or Warriors. And then additionally, you could consider the mono green aggro decks in there as well. And then in terms of just kind of more early game decks, you could could consider, I got something in my eye, consider the life game decks as well, my friends. So with that, what we're going to look to do is really, because they're creature based, really take things off the board. So these are going to be cards like Eliminate, Heartless Act that we're going to throw in, potentially a Soul Shatter as well. If they are leveraging graveyard, we can always throw in a Clythos, God of Destiny. I also like this at the top end against aggro decks. One, we get that ability to remove. Two, we get a 4/5 guy if we get to that 7 devotion as well, which is very powerful there. What I would consider moving out on the top end actually is something like a Goldspan. The ability to go over the top's really nice, but we have the cleave, so we can just pound right through that. And then ideally, even though we do have spells that could leverage that additional casting ability, I think that's not a bad one, because then you can pull it down towards the early game as well. And obviously we still have Order of Midnight on the top end to kind of hit in there. The other things that I would think about potentially moving out of Scavenging Ooze, because if they're not leveraging the graveyard, then that's one that you can get rid of as well. And then it's a nice flip around for those 4 potentially there. So with that, when we move into the mid-range matches, these are things like the Gruul aggro decks, the other adventures decks, as Del Moro called out here, or Delmo called out. So those are going to be things like any of the other adventure decks, Gruul, as well as Naya. You can consider the Naya Fling deck in that space as well. Then that's more creature based, but then we got to consider some of these other more middle creature slash late game decks where they have more spells, things like Is It Tempo decks. We also have our good friends Rakdos Sacrifice and Rakdos Midrange and Rakdos Escape, and then we also got the Jund Sack version as well. So things to be considerate of, and then obviously this one's also mid-range, so mirror match deck. When you move there, aggro decks, you're kind of keep it the same. Primarily, again, just it's going to depend. But when you do face off against some of these other more kill spell decks, you're going to flip things in like Duress. That's really going to help you. You may want to consider a Wilt because you can hit artifacts and enchantments as well. Potentially, if they're running graveyard stuff, you're going to want to run that Clythos. You may want an Ox at the top end as well. Things that I would consider then moving out at that point, potentially Heartless Act. You might not need those direct kill spells. I still am a fan of Questing Beast. You may not need that Gold Span as well. You can move that one forward and then consider what you want to play there. Now, before we go into late game, I will call out the Rogues deck specifically. Here we want to move in things like Pulachronos, Ox, and Phoenix as well. That's going to give you a lot of variability against those decks. Things that you may want to move out. You may not need things like a Questing Beast. This is going to be better for you. And then also the Gold Span could be some considerations. Obviously, you can go lighter on the top end too if you wanted to. So as we move into the late game, these are going to be decks like the Ultimatum decks, both Teamer, Sultai. We also have consideration here for that Doom decks, Esper and 4-color. So keep an eye on those ones as well. Here, the play is going to be a little bit different still. Again, we're going to consider that Duress. You may need that Wilt. We want to be careful potentially with the Soul Shatter. You may need things like Phoenix of Ash, Ox, or any of these other ones too to kind of pull back if you run into some of those decks. Generally, if I run into a control based deck, I don't mind pulling in some of these creatures that can come back. So that's kind of how I would align. And again, similar story, unless they're running graveyard stuff, you can drop Ooze, you could probably drop Heartless Act, that's 4. Then I would consider maybe a Gold Span at the top end. You want to keep your draw engines, you want to keep some of these other things moving here to play back and take advantage of that. So Planeswalkers, we're going to move into our matches for today. We're going to go play best of 1 and best of 3. Again, if you have questions or comments, please let me know down below. Feel free to hop in the Discord server, my friends. And then obviously we covered the aggro, the mid-range, the late game for best of 3 lineups for our board. And then we talked about the strategy and the objective of this deck, really, revolving around the adventure mechanic, being a mid-rangey deck, but then having some really, really nice top end things here, either in terms of draw or finishing a match for us. So with that, we're going to pop over and play some competitive matches here with our buddy Andrea Del Moro's deck, or Delmo. So Delmo, looking forward to this. I got the belief that this is going to be similar, as you mentioned, to our good friends Everything Else adventure deck. So let's go ahead and see how this holds up today. I've certainly seen a lot more of the Naya stuff in best of 1. Have not seen Rogues. Certainly, oddly, I've seen a lot of Tybalt trickery still in this space. We do not go first. We got a late game deck, so this is not what we want. So we'll take a mulligan here. This is going to be a little bit quicker, so we'll keep this. I'm going to drop one of these, and we'll go from there. All right. Now, for those of you that are joining at this point, and we played Voodoo. I've played Voodoo before, actually, I believe. Or at least all these names sound or see familiar most of the time now. 1 second here. Let's play this. Let's do this. And we'll hit in. Huge thank you as always. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, like the video. Other great ways for us to connect down below in the details, and ways to support the channel, which I'm always obviously extremely appreciative of. So thank you. Oh, I need another black. That was a misplay. And for those, again, we talked about boarding for aggro, mid-range, and late game. So just wanted to call that out for you as well. And we talked about the strategy objective of this deck in terms of its adventure, being a mid-range play as well. All right, so we got 5. So I think we go thin. Now I'm going to grab red. For Shatter Skull. We're going to keep Heartless Act up, so we can take his Yorion off the board if we need. That works. All right, so we'll play Giants because we're not going to have a lot of stuff we can hit here. Now, Ooze. Do we want the Ooze? I think we wait. Do I pop the Order of Midnight, though? Then I can't play Heartless Act. So I'm doing this, I'm going to overplay. And the reason why I'm doing that is they'll pop Binding, they'll pop Omen, they'll hit the Crusher. On the main here, then I can play the Heartless Act, kill the Yorion, and deal 4 damage instead of doing less, unless they have a control spell, which would be a problem. So I did do that on purpose. Could have waited. But the other thing is I can drop the Ooze back in and pull these. I will play. Oh, it mistapped. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's the auto tappers we gotta be real careful of. And you guys I caught myself on this. That's a bummer. Big bummer. Even worse, didn't matter. Extinction event, wiping my board. Oh, not enough. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1 left. Oh, I should have counted before. Bad mana play on my end. That's alright. We've essentially ran out of juice, so... Bummer. Bummer.
Make no mistake. I'm
Alright. There we go. Let's get our henge on. I think we're dead though.
Share in my pain.
Alright, that is good game. I would have said, generally speaking, those land taps cost us the game, but the reality is we were already behind. So that is how it goes. That wipe hurt us pretty badly. We could have probably slow played the stuff a little bit more, but let's go into our next best of one match. So in that one, I would have pulled in the one drops to take a look at my opponent's hand and pull the cards out. That would have been huge advantage there. I'm blanking on the name of the card, obviously, right now. So here's a much better approach. We're going to start with this. I will play this one first. And then we'll decide if we want to go for 2 here. I think we will. We'll get real greedy. This is real greedy, my friends. There we go. We got real lucky. Real lucky on that greed. It's red. That's green. That's too bad. All right, so we will do this. I will do this. Do we want another land? No, I think we're good. So we'll go in black here. We'll see if he trades. All right, here we go. We'll make sure we get it the right way this turn. We'll take everything off the board. There we go. Let's see what we can do. All right, we got lethal, so we're good. Boom! There we go. Nice against a mono white aggro deck, my friends. Nice, nice, nice. All right, on to our third and final best of one match here. Jund is working out nicely. And slightly, honestly, was expecting it to be weak against some of those late game decks, because that's usually how it works, but we'll see. Not bad, my friends. Not bad. That was nice and clean. Having those innkeepers is always crucial in that first opening hand if we can get that lucky. Just that ability to constantly reload and refuel and have options. It is a very, very powerful thing. Asmodeus. All right, we're keeping it. We got him. Little awkward, but I'm okay with it. We'll try it. Guys, this guy's waiting right on the cusp here. Right on the cusp. Are we going to hold him back from Mythic? This early in the season, my friends. Like 2-3 days in. We want to drop one thing first, huh? Oh, ouch. That's okay. We will do this. Great Henge is gone. If they keep the cleave, I'll be surprised. Ooh. Or if they take the cleave, I'll be surprised. Oh, and there it is again. Dimir control, my friends. Wasn't gonna let me get away with that, huh? Now that's why they didn't take the henge. Because they have it. Either way. Missing that land drop really hurt us.
I do love a good puzzle.
Oh, twice. Land drop again. So painful. There we go. Do I thin now? I don't know. I might wait because I got the double gold spam.
Ideas, like seconds, are fleeting.
Green's a guarantee, so we'll wait and see if I pull anything. There's so many modal lands.
Oof, now wait. take just a minute. I do love a good puzzle.
Ooh, Grixis, there you go. We're gonna wait on that Fabled still. Not enough yet. So let's grab the green. We gotta do this no matter what. So now the right play for them is to cycle. There they go.
Think fast.
Ooh. We need to get another red, get our gold span on the board. If we can do that,
I don't
be a big
have to
deal.
learn my lesson.
Ooh, that was a lot. That's not going to help us either, will it? I'll keep Kazendu for now.
Here, deep below, lies succulent.
So flip something back is the best play. Because I'll just use the Heartless Act. There you go.
Your heroics
Oh.
are but a dream to me. I leave you
We'll wait. We need that red. Whew. There we go. Green. They're dead. Oh no. Oh no. Grindy McGrind game. Oh, here we go. Oh, they get a kill spell again. Nope, they're gonna pull something. All right. We'll save the land still. Come on. As long as they don't have Shadow's Verdict. Oh, good game, my friend. We did it. 2-1. Not bad. Not bad. Believe in the Jund Adventures, my friends. Delmo. Nice job, my friend. Enjoyed the deck. We're going to keep enjoying it now. We're going to move into our best of 3. All right, exactly where you played this. So traditional standard ranked. Yesterday we did the top 1000 dimmer control deck. Today we're doing this top 50 Jund Adventures deck by Andrea Del Moro. All right, Delmo, let's see what we got here. So Planeswalkers, to recap our best of 1, we went 2-1. We lost to a Sultai Ultimatum. We beat a mono white aggro, and then we beat a Dimmer control deck. And now we're into that best of 3 portion. It's crucial for us to really have our guy, the draw engine, but I'm going to keep this. We need that Edgewall Innkeeper to start. But as always, Planeswalkers, we're going to play the green. Huge thank you. Really, I appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe down over there. Additionally, like the video, my friends. You can also like me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well to stay up to date on content like this. Yorion Lucas. All right, let's see what we got here. No, I didn't like that. There, that's better. So we got our Pulachronos. Naya adventure? What adventure are we playing here? So my plan here is, if they don't totally nuke my guy, oh, do I do that is the question. Well, wait, we're gonna slow roll it. That's me being really patient, by the way. There we go. So we are actually going to pull a double red first. Actually, we can't do that. We need a green. Need a green, so even better. So now we do this. Then we do this. We get the value. There it is. Called it. Called it. Traditional Gruul it is. So far, anyway. Oh, shoot. That's too bad. It's really too bad. Let's see if they trade. I'm gonna pull my own guy so that they don't get the life off it. We'll wait one turn. There we go. Double red. Play that. block here. Ouch. Ouch. I think we're in trouble. I think we're in trouble there. I need to live through 10. That's not going to happen. Doesn't matter. Damage can't be prevented. That's too bad. Ugh. Questing Beast destroying us. And we played first. Ugh. We got a long way to come back. Got double block, the 1 damage. Well, we can't double block. Oh, it's so brutal. Alright. Time to board. Let's see what we got. We got some direct kill spells we're going to flip in here. We got Shatter. We got Eliminate. I'm actually going to flip Clythos in here instead of Ooze, I think. This is going in. Let's drop Pulachronos. Let's get these in there. 4. Goldspan I like. Is just a little slow. Valky's good on the top end. I might keep those. How many lands? 23. 23. Drop my Kazandu's. Let's flip in. Do we go my Order of Midnights? Actually, let's keep those. Let's drop the Ooze. I'll flip on Clythos here. Drop 1 gold span and 1 cleave. Alright, let's try this. This is going to be a tough match. If they just drop all the Akroan Wars, we're going to have some problems. So that's going to be an issue for us. Ooh, that's mulligan. Oh, God. Not good. Not good, my friends. Not good. Not going to go again, though. That's the problem. Definitely not going again. We got a long way to come back here. Oh. Yorion Lucas. We'll hit him. There we go. Okay. There we go. What do we want to flip out of there? Ooh. I think this is the right play. We'll do the damage. Get that thing out of the way. There we go. Do this. 2, 3, 4, 5. If they have a cleaver, dead in 2 turns. Alright, so let's do this. 6. Otherwise we get Valky next. Alright. We'll wait. That's brutal. The Crone War is just brutal against this deck. Alright. I'm not going to be able to play anything with this. I can kill, it's lethal. We gotta do this. This is horrible, horrible, horrible. Not what I want to do. Really not what I want to do. And they probably have a burn. Alright, we're done. Alright, that ends the match for today. Delmo, it doesn't hold up against Gruul. Just kidding. No, it was an unfortunate matchup. If we would have pulled in, we'll talk about this here in a second. If we would have pulled in some of the other stuff and played it more kind of like a control deck, and pulled these bad boys in with our good old duresses, that might have made a little bit of a difference. But again, just unlucky not having. I would actually probably throw the Crone Wars in this, to be honest. I would probably. In all honesty, there's not a ton of rogues right now. I would probably change Pulachronos and the Phoenixes out, and then go with the Crone Wars. But that would be my suggestion on this. But anyway, it's because it's still aggro dominated. It's not being able to pull like that makes a unfortunate disadvantage on this deck, because you're forced to swing in, you're forced to play, those kinds of things. But overall, Planeswalkers, really enjoyed the Jund Adventures deck here today. So this one was by Delmo Andrea Del Moro. Congrats in the top 50 here early out on the season. Agree. There's certainly a strong Jund Adventures version here, just like all the other adventures. We did go 2-1 in best of 1, and then we lost in our best of 3 match, so kind of almost the reverse of yesterday. But good games nonetheless. Very, very happy about it. We held up against some late game stuff. We held up against mono white aggro. Really, really nice sweet spot. So in terms of meta, honestly, probably in best of 1, probably in the middle of the pack again. I'll say, middle of tier 2. We'll see as things kind of move around. Same, probably similar for best of 3, to be honest. Probably similar to the middle of the pack here. I do like this ability to have Heartless Act and some of these other things. It's almost worth even as detrimental as is this deck, you could even flip in a Shadow's Verdict there. I just love that card. But or just Extinction Event or something like that to help against some of these other when you're behind. So really overall enjoyed this deck. Lots of fun play today, lots of fun matches. Planeswalkers, I hope you enjoyed it. If you do have questions or comments, like I always say, let me know down below. I'm here to help. Also feel free to hop in the Discord server. Love talking to you guys. Great ways to support the channel, always in the details. I love doing the deck list reviews for patrons and YouTube members and those kinds of things too. So I love interacting with you guys. Appreciate the support. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You guys can like me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on daily content like this. I am streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Generally tried between like 8 and 11 Central Time. So with that, Planeswalkers, you stay safe. We'll see you again soon. Until next time, Mythras out. We got a lot of stuff coming your way. Take care.